So I'm inviting everybody to sit down comfortably. Bring your legs into a crossed legs positions, or also you can be in half lotus if you want. And start again feeling the ground like we did just in the meditation before. Start receiving your bodies, the sensations. Tapping into what your body wants, desires, as a practice. Start opening yourselves to receiving at all levels, whether it's more tangible or more in the invisible. Dropping the weight. Feeling the different movements in the body that are happening. And feel your wombs, the womb space, lower part of the belly and pelvic floor. Feeling the hips. And feeling how the body breathes. So we'll dive right away with this breath that we spoke about when we meditated this morning, and tap into the quality of the movement of the breath as it touches your body inside. So no need to push the air in or out, but be present with the movements of how and where the breath is in the body. And allow the body to respond, to show you what's ready to be shown. Relax your spine, allow your spine to micro-adjust. And bring a small contraction of the pelvic floor. Let's say 3 out of 10. Bring this web of tissue together, contracting the anus, contracting the vagina. And cultivating that attention on the pelvic floor as you are welcoming the sensations in the body. And drop the weight of the rest of the body. Scan for yourself. If your shoulders are tensed, your chest is tensed, pay attention and relax 1 layer deeper. Yes. Keep on going with the contraction, knowing that the contraction might lose itself, might lose the grip. It's normal. It's not easy to keep attention on the pelvic floor. Bring the web back again in a contraction if this happens. Keep the contraction. and see how it pulls in the womb space. So when you contract like this, what does it give you access inside your pelvis? In the hips, in the organs. Feel the different sensations and what it awakens in you. And be gentle with yourself. If you're newer to the practice, just be gentle and receive what you're here to receive. And release the contraction in a very graceful way. Feel the pelvic floor. And bring your fingers on the sternum. Bring the tip of your fingers on the sternum. And create a small pressure, like 1 out of 10. Very slight pressure. Feel the bone underneath your fingers. And bring your chin towards the chest. And we'll do that very slowly. So you want to relax your jaw. Keep your jaw open, your mouth open. And very slowly, we bend the head towards the front. And we welcome how the tissues respond around our fingers and on the bridge between the fingers and the throat. Very slowly, welcome the sensations in the chest. And now receive your womb. Bring attention around the womb area. And feel the bridge between the womb and the heart. You can keep on going with the chin. At one point, the chin will not want to go down, more down. So you want to stay at that entry door. So at one point, you will feel that you need to force through something. I don't want you to force. Stay at that layer where, oh, there's a slight resistance in the neck. And it's like, oh, I cannot go more unless I push. So we want to learn to not push, and we want to learn to welcome the resistance so it unfolds. So receive the resistance, love it, honor it. And you are that centered presence in the experience of this. Feel the resistance inside and allow it to melt layer by layer. Relax, surrender the weight. A little bit more. Relax the solar plexus. See how your body responds. Maybe it's going left or right. Allow it to do that. And now pay attention to how the body breathes. Again, that breath, how is it moving inside? Okay, and slowly coming out. So if your body leaned to the left, bring back to center, come back into neutral position. You can release the hands, and we'll bring the hands up. So using the details of the shoulders, being with the details of the shoulders, you want to lift the hands up, the arms up, and stay present. This practice is all about presence in the body and engaging the tissues, engaging the bone structure. So lift your hands very slowly, practicing presence in the details of the body, the physical body. So for you who are used to more energetical or spiritual energy, now we are talking about matter. Really embodiment, the rawness of the bones, the tissues. And at one point it will stop. It won't go past a certain point. Stop there and relax. Relax the arms and the hands. And trust that the bone structure is actually being in charge of supporting everything. Relax your wrists, relax your elbows, relax the shoulders, and allow the bone structure to be activated like this. And your body's going to start positioning itself in a certain way. Drop attention in. Relax the wrists. Feel what's circulating in your arms. Maybe you feel heat. Maybe you feel movement. Keep attention in. Relax the wrists. The wrists are going to try to compensate for the shoulders. Relax the wrists and trust that the weight of your arms are going to be welcomed by the shoulders. Relax the elbows for the same reason. Relax the neck. And notice, maybe your arms are going to start going a little bit inwards. There's a certain movement that's going to naturally appear. Trust that. Follow it. Your body might start being crooked a bit. Follow it. It's leading you in the next layer of healing of your body. We'll squeeze the tension in. And breathe into that. It's kind of a box. You notice how your body is? It's kind of a box. Breathe into that box. And touch the limitations with your breath. No judgment on the box. And then you relax, you exhale. And then again, breathe in. Stretch the box with your breath. It's a tool. The breath is a tool. Stretch it. Okay, and slowly bringing the arms down. You bring the arms down. Again with the details. And putting the palms on your thighs, palms facing up, and simply receiving the sensations in the arms. We're going very surgery-like this morning. It's the way I'm teaching today is usually more advanced. It's very surgery-like. So bring your attention in. Stay with the subtle sensations of the body. Keep your jaw open. Okay, and we'll play with the eyes. So you can open your eyes, but keep a soft gaze the whole time we do those exercises. What I mean by soft gaze is if you see that you're forcing the eyes to look outside, you waste a lot of energy. You don't want to tense. Relax the eyes. So relax the back of the eyes. Keep your gaze soft. Keep your energy inside. And we'll simply start with this, gazing at the floor, gazing at the ground, and allowing the eyes to rest. And maybe at one point the eyes are going to start shaking inside. Let that movement happen without stopping it. As the eyes are resting, feel your brain. Keep your anchor on the ground. And feel how the brain is wanting to decompensate. There's some layers of knots or tensions that are wanting to release. No judgment on the tensions, release. A little bit more with the gazing. You see how your neck responds? How your head positions itself? And you will take one of your fingers and we'll continue with the eyes. So you're going to start looking at the finger from far and bring the finger closer to your nose. But the journey is about the finger getting close. It's not about touching the nose. It's about how are the eyes responding as they are looking with a soft gaze at the finger. And what are you discovering about the eyes as you're bringing the finger towards the nose? So go very, very slowly. Relax the eyes as they're looking. At one point, you will notice that you cannot bring the finger closer because the eyes are showing some kind of resistance. Stay that and soften that area. And at that area, you're going to start playing with the finger going up and down and left and right, up and down. So move a little bit the finger at that resistance point. It's like we're giving a massage to the resistance as we are moving the finger. Be with that kind of wall in the eyes, and then we are giving a massage to the wall. When you're ready, maybe you're still moving your finger towards your nose, so take your time. Again, what is being shown to you in the brain? Okay, and slowly release the finger. Back to center. You can, if you want to close your eyes or do some movements of the eyes or stretch your face, I suggest always kind of the raisin bran, like the raisin, dry raisin or something, like you just squeeze your face and open your eyes, open your jaw. Take care of the sensations. And then use your neck. You can start rolling your neck or opening the neck. And the principles are always the same. You stay with the detail, you savor, you receive. It's about presence and quality. Okay. We'll go into a mini squat. If you need to shake your legs a bit, if your legs are a little bit numb, go ahead before we start. Bringing the feet down. So either the flat feet or toes pointing, it doesn't matter. The important is that we are comfortable enough to drop the weight and to anchor in our hip joints. So whatever you choose will give a result, and it's okay. Drop the weight as you're anchoring. And your hands to start with, you want to bring them on the ground. Offer yourself an extra support, extra stability. And opening the legs with your forearms, your triceps, not forearms. And relax. Same principles, connecting to the hip joints, dropping the weight in the pelvis. And allowing the body to respond to the posture. Relaxing the womb. Relaxing the spine. Relaxing the chest. And feeling how the legs behave. Maybe the legs are going to want to start rotating in. Allow everything that wants to unfold in your body. Be patient with yourself with the practice. If your knees hurt, relax the knees, soften the knees. Drop attention in the hip joints. One layer more. And you can lift your hands up, bring them into prayer. Push. We're going to push on the hands. It's going to open the legs. So pushing, it's going to open your legs. And feel your hips as you do this. So you're pushing. It's going to help the hips rotating out. Feel the hips. What are the sensations in the hips as you're pushing your legs open? And stay with that. Keeping the jaw open and the eyes softened. And from there, we're going to push on the feet. So the feet now are well anchored. If you have toes pointing, I invite you to bring the heels down and to start pushing on the feet. So you push from the feet up. The feet are very grounded. They push, relax the thighs, relax the knees. Feel the sit bones, not the sit bones, the hip joints. And you're pushing yourself up. You're pushing from the feet. The pressure comes from the feet up, gets transmitted into the bones of the legs, into the hip joints. And you keep that movement of lifting up. Giving a massage to the organs as you're unrolling your body. So at the level of the womb, you massage your womb, you massage the belly, the diaphragm, and then the chest. Be very intimate with your practice. It's as if you were making love to a lover. Just be very present and caring. Then unroll the neck. When you're ready, and stay in this standing posture. The anchor points when we are standing are our feet. So the same surface on which we push right now. This is our anchor point. This is where we drop all our weight. So now we are standing, releasing the weight of the arms and the legs. Bending slightly the knees. This always helps to anchor a little bit more the femur heads into the joints of the hips. And we're going to be curious as we are standing on, what is our standing posture actually? So we call this evolution pose. Again, it's a more advanced posture. But this container is asking to bring that depth in already. Relax. Relax into standing. And your body's going to start taking you somewhere. Maybe left, right, a little bit leaning to the front. But trust that the surrender of the weight will activate something in you and will show you something. Let your body do what it's meant to do. I don't suggest moving in the posture. This is an evolution pose, so it's standing and allowing the body to unfold. We're unfolding. The body will show you a posture. Relax into your hips. And if organically, as the body surrenders its weight on Mother Earth, there's a movement that appears to guide into a different posture, then follow that. Your body is probably going to be super crooked, but it will show you the next layer. It will show you actually where you compensate in your body. So allow this to happen. Relax into that next layer. A little bit more. Receive yourselves. Receive. Okay, push through your feet, come back to a neutral position. Take note of the posture, the layer of postures that your body took. Maybe it stayed totally straight and it's also good, but know that the current is working through you and will guide you. And then release. And I'll start shaking. So the shake goes the same way as when we lift it up. Everything comes from the motion of the legs and the anchoring of the feet. So you want the movement to come from the feet pushing, and the rest responds. And go at your own rhythm. Be activated, receive. A bit more. Shake that. Maybe you're going to feel some organs inside that are kind of cramped or more apparent in your awareness. Allow yourself to create space to welcome them. They are your physical body. Imagine like the inner world. It's amazing that we have access to those organs. don't worry about breathing. The body is breathing. So keep your jaw a little bit open if you want, but the lungs are being pumped as we are in the posture, and it will pump, breathe breath in and expulse it out. All right, and allow the motion to stop. So you're not stopping, the motion stops on its own. And we'll do some hip movements, left and right. So you want to be connected to the bone structure and trying it out. What's the limitation of the bone? So don't push towards the wall, get to the wall, flirt with the wall, and then slowly go to the other side. And we're always flirting with limitations in the body. And when they're ready, they open. And they show us their jewels. So relax and play with your hips. And now create some 8 shapes with your hips. So we're still playing with the limitation, but now it's more with the 8. Relax your pelvic floor and your lower belly. And go in the other direction. So still 8 shape, but choose the other direction. Okay, and come back to neutral. Bring your hands around the solar plexus. So the fingertips, as we pushed on the sternum, just before we're going to push on the solar plexus just underneath the sternum. So you can go down, feel the sternum, and then at one point there's going to be kind of a dip. You want to bring your fingers inside the dip and curve your body to the front a bit. So you want to curve to the front and dig in. So it might be very sensitive. There's the gallbladder just on the right side of this, and it might be a little bit painful and sensitive, but dive in slowly and let the weight of the chest drop on the fingers, trusting that the fingers can hold that weight. And start touching. You massage a little bit around there with your fingers. You give that massage. And bring those fingers now underneath the ribs. So on one side, there's the stomach. On the other side, there's the liver. Keep on voyaging here underneath the ribs, giving a massage to the organs. So we are still bent. The bending gives us access to deeper. That's why we're bending like this. or else we would be doing this posture when we're sitting down. We keep on massaging the texture of the organs underneath the ribs. If you have difficulty holding your body like this, you can go more into a forward bend and keep on massaging. Keep on massaging the gallbladder, the stomach, the liver. And your hands penetrate deeper and deeper. Relax the neck. Okay, and start unrolling back up. And come back to neutral. Bring your hands on your shoulders. And we'll go into a shake and bake. So what we now just did is create some space around the diaphragm area. And now we're going to continue and give a massage to the chest, to the lungs. So pelvis pointing straight and side also straight ahead. Most of you have tasted that posture already, I believe. And we're going to start twisting the upper part of the spine. Give a massage to your lungs. Keep the jaw open and check your pace. Is it fast? Is it slow? And it's okay, but you have access to the tissues inside. Does it bring presence in your body? So choose the pace at which you actually can be present inside and feel. You have your own unique pace. Maybe for you going slow is not what brings you presence in the now. Find your pace. So when we are twisting, we're not twisting the pelvis and the head. We are only twisting the torso. So the head is pointing straight and the pelvis is pointing straight. And then we're going to go and we call this the running chicken. We're going to rotate the shoulders. So same thing about the pace. Stay with the details of the shoulders, sockets. Give that massage to your inner world. Change direction. And slowly, slowly allow the movement to stop. And we'll go right away into our wood chopper. So we open the legs. Again, I believe that all of you have tried this posture with me before. So spreading the legs, entering into this open squat, making sure you have your pelvis anchored, hips anchored. And we take our axe. Relax inside the posture. Notice right away the energy that comes in. It usually brings us into some kind of warrior style. And it's okay. Activate the warrior. At the same time, bring that softness of grounding on Mother Earth. We don't need to tense up to be a warrior. So the womb relax, your heart relax, grab your axe, and then we're gonna dive into it. And we chop our wood. Every sensation counts. Go ahead. Let also the neck follow. If you see that you have a stiff neck, let the neck also drop its weight. Relax the jaw. When you go up, make sure that you're actually unrolling the spine. So as you go up, you unroll the spine and you give momentum to the arms, and then you go back down, you unroll again. Exactly. Yes. Make sure the sound comes from the belly. And one more time or two. And you can stay standing up, palms to the side. And bending into a small chair. We don't want to bend too much, just integration and having the pelvis a little bit brought to the back. And you're sitting on your hips. But we keep on integrating the previous posture. We don't want to put too much on the knees, so relax, soften the knees. And integrate what we just did by landing in your chair, by landing in your pelvis. Bring attention inside the pelvis. Sandra, you can go up a little bit. We don't need to sit down so much for now. Just integrate and bring your palms to the side. Bring the palms to the side. We're not in a full chair position yet. Yes, we just want to integrate for now. Integrate in the chair. This is the beginning of an open squat, actually. And as we are sitting on our hips, let's start going down very slowly. Being intimate with the hip joints. Relaxing the knees. And we're not bringing our hands up yet. We're just really checking how the spine responds and the hips respond as we're going down. Relax your feet. Receive. And at one point, the hands and the arms will want to come up. Get to that point where it's naturally coming up. And then push yourselves back up. If you feel that you arrived down, you push yourselves back up. Again, we are curving the lower part of the spine and really massage the abdomen. If you're up already, go back down and start again. We want to take that habit that all our movements are actually massaging our organs. You push yourself up and then curving the lower part of the back. It massages the guts area. and feel your feet. Everybody bring attention around your ankles and the surface underneath the feet. Always check your ground between postures. Release the weight on the feet and weave with Mother Earth. Okay. I'm going to be playing with the legs a little bit and the kicks. So the kick goes like this. You move your left foot to the front and then you push on the left foot and you kick. So again, you heard me say it's not a kung fu practice or a karate practice. It's about being intimate with our hips. So both hips are playing in this game. And then you switch. Bring the right foot and then you kick with the legs, always looking for the stability in the hip joints, dropping the weight. So if you lose your balance, it's actually a good sign that you're trying to find the hip joint. When we are very tensed, it's very easy to do this posture. When we relax, ooh, there's kind of like a fragility. It's vulnerable because the hips are like, what's this? I'm not used to sit on the bones. I'm used to be tensed, right? So let's practice being vulnerable in our hips and finding those spots inside. Just be explorative and play with that. So this is actually a rebirth process. When we dive deep inside the legs like this, we're actually teaching our legs to release all the ways they have known on how to walk. However way they learned on how to walk, and most of the time we have been overprotected by parents that have told us, do this or do that. But the baby has a natural way an organic way of learning how to crawl and learning how to get up and stand up without fear. And that's what we're actually doing when we do such legs exercises. We want to find this original state before we learn from the outside and trust that our body naturally learns when it connects to nature. And a few more times. Okay. All of you bring your hands around your womb area. So right hand and then left hand on the top. And let's just give this kind of massage. I suggest you have slightly the torso bent to the front and just really bring presence. You can even like, as if you had a baby in your womb, you just want to caress. And watch your fingers. Are they caressing in a tense state or are they soft and gentle? Relax the fingers and really caress your womb. And the other side, so if you were circling right, circle now the opposite direction. Same area, opposite direction. And you can stay still on the womb without moving. And allowing the weight of the womb to be dropped in your hands. Drop the weight of the womb in your hands. Again, as if you had a baby in your womb. You want to hold space for that volume. Now bend into a chair again. You want to be with the hips. Keep your hands like this on your womb. And receive the weight and the volume as you're bending towards the front. Bringing your pelvis back in the chair. Receive the volume of the womb inside your hands. And at one point, it won't go further. You can unglue your hands then. And then continue into a forward bend, curving the rest of the spine down and bringing the hands either on the mat or grabbing the elbows. But we are in a forward bend now. Relax the hips. Notice if your weight tends to go more to the right, to the left. If your hands are touching the ground, grab your elbows, allow more weight to drop. And receive Mother Earth. Always verify your connection with Mother Earth. Allow your weight to surrender on her, and you receive her. And then bring your knees to the ground. You can put your hands back on the ground, put your knees on the ground. Flat feet to start with, and just bringing your sit bones on the heels, and just standing like this, sitting like this, with the arms pointing down on the ground and holding your hands holding. Just stay for a few moments. I suggest having the legs a little bit spread open. Making samurai. Just rest. Trusting that the bones in the arms are actually supporting the chest. You can release the weight of the chest and release the weight of the head. And trust that you're supported with your bones. Receive the invisible. Receive how your organs are pulsating and wanting to orchestrate in harmony inside. Can push a little bit on the hands, bring your hands closer to the pelvis. And we'll go into a lion posture, but keeping the quality of depth that we were just in right now. So the lion is really about pulling the tongue and roaring. And be very organic with it. Usually we bring the inhale. The inhale comes in as we're arching the lower part of the back. And as we're curving back, and it continues. You open your chest and then the air comes in. And be very intimate with how you're practicing this. We're entering a deep space right now. When you pull your tongue out, it actually pulls on the whole digestive tract. And find your rhythm. And when you curve and you arch the back, make sure that you start the movement from the pelvis. So you start by the pelvis, arching in, then the rest of the spine responds, opening the chest. And the same thing, you curve the lower part of the back, and then the rest of the body responds to that. And you can start also inviting more fluid movements, sensual movements. Whatever wants to happen, use your pelvis to rotate and use the arching and the curving of the back. And your tongue to express whatever wants to be expressed inside. Always starting the movement down and allowing the rest to move. So free flow, you can start circling wherever your body's taking you, enter that pleasurable, sensual zone inside your body. Whatever shape or form it takes, and whatever also energy is present, that's what's meant to be present right now for you. Okay. Now, coming into a table posture, so all fours, and then we'll go into a head rolling. So knees anchored, the toes are anchored, and then we're bringing the head, the top of the head on the ground. And first anchoring the The posture, most of you have done this posture already. I'm just explaining for the ones who might have not done it. Relaxing the shoulders, anchoring, and from there you bring the pelvis backward and forward. And your head is going to start rolling. The cranium is going to get a deep massage. Find one spot on the cranium that pulls your attention and stop on there. Relax the jaw and the neck. You don't want to be blocking at the level of the neck. All the body is included in this posture. Relax. Relax the hips. Sit on your pelvis. And receive. And bring your pelvis down onto the heels and transfer into a child pose, keeping the forehead on the ground, and you can extend your leg and your arms to the front. Relax. And slowly come out of the posture, pushing into the hands. And we'll go into pigeon pose. So we'll take the right leg, and right away we'll go into a pigeon. Bringing the leg to the front, about 45 degrees. Again, going into pigeon. Watch the lower part of the back. You don't want to be arching the back. You want to be having kind of a flat back. We don't want to compensate. And we'll do the 3 versions of the posture, starting with hands anchored, and the shoulders are taking the weight of the chest. And relax, drop the weight, always the same principles. Feel your hip joints. Are you surrendering your weight on the hips, on Mother Earth? Surrender. And trust yourself. Most of you have practiced already. Trust your body. And the ones who are a bit newer, also trust your body. And then going into the second version, putting the forearms on the ground. And then the third version is forehead on the ground. If your body doesn't allow it, then it's okay. We don't need to push. But third version is like the child pose, forehead on the ground and arms extended. Relax your jaw. Take a deep breath and start coming out of the posture. Every transition is a posture. So as you're pushing yourself up, you're always feeling, you're always massaging. Attention is in, savoring everything, and then transitioning table. And we're going to go into the left pigeon, so left leg now. First version, dropping the weight, always the same in the pelvis, being very authentic with how our posture unfolds. And you'll notice that one of the 2 hips has more tensions than the other. And it's okay, it's to observe. Drop the weight, relax. And then forearms. And then forehead. And pushing yourself back up, slowly going back into table posture. And watching also how the pace is for you. So sometimes we want to stay longer in a posture and we're out, and sometimes we want to go out of a posture and we stay longer. When this happens inside of you and there's some kind of clash, pay attention, because we're breaking patterns. So sometimes here as a facilitator, I will pay attention to what the body of the collective wants, and sometimes I will break patterns. Pay attention to when patterns are being broken inside your body. Now we are in table position. And we'll go into the cat and cow. So we'll play with the spine again, starting with the pelvis and arching it. And again, trust your body. You know how to do this posture. And then allowing your spine to move, your pelvis to move left and right, and just move as you want, creating the space. Again, being intimate. The body responds to intimacy and sincerity and presence. So where are you being hard in your body? And soften that. And where are you being too soft in the body? And bring a little bit more tonus to it. So the body is felt. Again, let the body move from the pelvis first, relaxing the womb area and allowing to bring that energy in. So feeling the vibration of the womb, coming in. Even through my voice, you can feel there's a different vibration to it right now. So receiving this different tonality, different vibration, wanting to be infused in our container. Receiving. And stopping the movement and going back into a samurai. Bringing back the hand on the womb. Receiving the pulsation of your womb. Allowing your spine to receive the fluidity, the energy wanting to circulate from the bottom of the spine and up. Feel how the womb moves inside your pelvis and underneath your hands, softening the hands. So if your shoulders are tense or your elbows tense, relax. Drop the weight. Bring a slight pressure, 2 out of 10, slight pressure on the womb through your hands. And very, very slight movements. So moving left and right or circles, but as if you are taking the uterus in your hand and you're actually moving it, giving it a small invitation of movement. It's very micro. See how the pelvic floor moves as you're moving the uterus underneath your hands. What are the sensations coming up? And now I will invite receiving the pelvic floor sensation, and I will start inviting in our container the sensation of pleasure. So keep your hands around the womb area, the uterus, the cervix, and bring more attention around the vagina area and the clitoris area. And watch right away how your body receives those words. And allow yourselves to feel. Allow your womb to receive the nervous system being activated with that intention. Bringing in the intention of feeling the joy of the womb, the pleasure of the womb. And feeling your heart. Feeling what your heart receives now. All right, and keeping your hands on the womb area, we'll slowly transition on our backs so you can extend your legs, but keeping that warmth and that quality of presence on the womb. Slowly starting to unfold the spine, unroll vertebrae by vertebrae, and going into, maybe your hands are going one point, let them be liberated as organically as they can, and coming into a relaxation. We'll dive right away into a final relaxation. If there's something that your legs need to do, please take care of your body, but we'll take the last stretch of the practice to integrate the movements we did. Palms facing up and receive. And slowly move your feet and your hands. Start sitting down, bringing your hands in prayer position. Really feeling how your body expresses gratitude from circulation of sensations. Feel that gratitude inside your cells. Okay. Thank you.